This is Professor Urbis White. Today I will do an orientation for your Math 253 Fall 2014 ticket number 61730 class. So I'll be in touch with you the entire time. I'll require you to email me on a weekly basis and tell me what's going on. And also make sure that there are 3 mandatory orientations, and I'll explain all that to you. And the rest you do it on your own. Alex program that we are using is going to throw at you assessments based on how you do in this class. Sometimes some students will have a lot more assessments than the others. And then it will give you a lot more problems if you think that you need more time to master a given topic. So let's get started. Okay, this is your lifeline. So ivc.edu, no matter where you are with your phone or your iPad or anything, just make sure you know how to go to ivc.edu. So let me go in there and then I will show you your way around a little bit. The one thing that you need to understand, you need to email me from this. I'm wiggling it over there from that link with your student email account. So the other thing that you need to know is if you want, you're part of DSPS, just put here DSPS, and which is a Disabled Student Program. If you want to take your exams and you qualify to do it so over at their facility with time and a half, please contact them at the beginning of the class, and then you take your midterm and the final while they're proctoring you. The other thing that you need to know, go to academics and schools and departments, go to math, and this has a lot of resources for you. The Math Center is going to be updated for fall, and it's going to have the hours, and then you have the person in charge here. You can look at your assessment test and, kind of like practice whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to bypass the next level. Kind of like look in here, and then you can go in. This is walk-in during the times that they post here. And make sure that you do use the Math Center. The other thing is this Math 350, and we are not offering it this fall, but in the future, if you feel like you really need to kind of review the arithmetic and stuff, you may want to sign up for the Math 350. These are like arithmetic review class, and you can do it 100% online, and you can do that in the spring semester. The other thing is my webpage. If you click on faculty, you're going to see Zucker and myself. We have a webpage. You click on my webpage, you're going to see a lot of stuff in here. For my schedule, where am I and what time am I at my office hours, you just go in here. It looks like for fall, I have Monday, Wednesday office hours, and Thursday I have a good chunk of office hours. So you just wake up early and then come and catch me. The other thing that you have, it's like online course information that will pretty much tell you that you need to come in 3 times total, 1 orientation, 1 midterm, and 1 final. And I will give you all these dates and stuff in a second. So this is pretty much your lifeline. When you go to the next slide, I gave you the address, but you can get to this address from the lifeline link, ivc.edu, faculty, and under my name. But this is the URL for it. Okay, where do we do the work? We do the work in alex.com. We do not use Blackboard. We use it in alex.com. So, in other words, you're going to do your homework, assessment tests, and everything, whatever the work that you do, you're going to do it on your own in this website. And I'll show you how to go in there. And then I'll show you a couple of options. These are the new prices. You're taking $253. So if you have $353 account with Alex, you can go and you can use that account. All you have to do is just enter the class ID, and then I'll give you the class ID, so you don't have to buy a code again. But if you are new to Alex, I recommend that you buy this option, $87 for 18 weeks. But make sure that you start when at the time that it will cover up to December 20th or so. Because if you, for example, buy the code right now, it's going to expire, let's say, beginning of December at the end of 18 weeks. Then what do? You have 2 more weeks to go. Now, if you want to be sure and you're not sure you're going to pass this class in one sitting, then you can try that 2-semester option. That's like about $13 more, but it gives you a little bit of a break. If you want 1 full year, 52 weeks, the price is $128. I don't think you need that. I don't know why you would need that, but I gave you the option anyway. So make sure the code that you buy will go through about December 20th. Okay, now alex.com/support is going to whatever the problem you have in terms of browser issues. I'm assuming you're taking an online class and you are computer savvy. In other words, you know your way around, you know how to put in directories and how to save and how to install some plugins, those kind of things. So this is a minimum, and I'm assuming you do have that. And if even with that you're running into trouble, this is the support line that you can contact. All right, so let's look at this. 4Y4FU-AUVRH. That is your class ID. So what I want you to do, I want you to go and then learn how to log in, but I will just show you how to get an account. So here you are. So let's go to Alex. Let me get out so that you see. So I pretend I'm you. Login name, if you have a login name from your 353, enter here and log in. If you don't, so what you need to do is get a new account. Okay, where is this? Let me go from the virginalex.com because I think this took me to a place where, okay, here you go. New user, sign up now. So you click on that. The course code that I gave you, put caps lock on, enter this. 4Y4FU, I want to make sure I am good, AUVRH. Okay? Continue. Here we are. When you continue, what will happen is, I've never used Alex before. I have an Alex login name. So you have an option here. If you have an Alex login name, then you click on here, and now you enter login name, and that will allow you, that will tell you whether or not your thing is going to cover, your existing account is going to cover end of December. I have nothing to do with that, okay? If it doesn't, you are going to buy a new one. So let's say you are buying a new one, and then the access code, okay? This one, you can buy it from our bookstore. So you can say, okay, well, I want a standalone access code from the bookstore. I want to just walk in there, and then you ask the nice lady there, and they will sell you that. Okay, I don't know, it may or may not be more than $87. I do not know. Now let's say you don't want to go in there. So you can say, okay, I want to purchase one. And then at this point, you see, you actually say 6 weeks. That's not the one you want. You want the 18 weeks, okay? For example, if you were to buy it right now, today is July 18, it expires December 1st. Make sure the moment that you click on that thing, this is going to say at least December 20th, because you want to go over and look at things right before Christmas, okay? So, and then you say, let's say you want to buy that, and then you are going to buy, not this one, even though this looks a lot cheaper, right? $11. You have to buy Alex 360. What it is it will allow you to have the book. So you need the book to read. Do not say, oh, I can just, I can wiggle my way through this, and do not do that, please. I'm begging you. And they also, it will give you an option. Do you want a temporary code? You just want to see how this works out for you. I also recommend against that because when you do that, you're not committed to the class. And you're taking up space of somebody else, and you're not committed. And then by signing up and then dropping the class, you prevented someone else from taking it. Please don't do that. If you're not committed, don't take the class. If you're committed, get a permanent code. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go back, and at this point, I have to pay to get an account. So I'm going to go and enter as myself and show you around. So I will enter my own ID. When you come in, Alex will throw you an assessment. How much do you know? You're not going to see this because I'm in the instructor module. Okay, up to here, you're not going to see any of this stuff. Okay, but after you take the assessment test, it's going to show you the book. This is your book. You can also buy the book used, but the standalone code will have the book in there. Ebook, it says, okay? When you buy the book, that is standalone code. You just go, let's say we are looking at systems of equations. Here's your book, okay? And you can get printouts. You can do whatever that you want. But read your book, please. All right. What the goal is in Alex is pretty much finish this entire pie. That's going to be your homework. It's not going to say homework. This homework thing is empty. There is nothing in there. So it's going to throw an assessment at you. And then it says you're going to start from real numbers. You're going to click on it. After the assessment, it's going to generate a bunch of problems for you. And then you're going to go and you're going to start working on it. Let's look at the graphs or whatever. For some reason, it's not opening it. And then this is going to throw. So by clicking on the pie, it's going to display problems. And you click on the problems and you do them. You can check your, course grade book. Your own thing. It's going to show you here. There are no students right now. Then your quiz and then your homework is going to be in purple. And then your quiz, this is going to be in green and this is going to be blue. Okay? The quiz, you are going to have time-sensitive material. So you are starting with beginning algebra review. So I'm going to throw at you graphing, and you have to review this. There's no way to get out of it. And then you're going to have a quiz. So you're going to do these two things in here. And then when you come in to take your midterm and the final, I will manually put your midterm and the final grade right here. Okay, so if you go under homework, there is no homework in there. But here, quizzes, you're going to have the quizzes. And Alex is going to, display those deadlines in here. But I gave you a paper printout of what the deadlines are. Make sure that you put those in your smartphone. The assessments and worksheets. But when I go to home area, there is something called course forum. Okay, you're going to have to do a forum, which is a question, by clicking on it and then just looking at it and answering it. You can add comments, and I'm going to see you, and I'll just give you, for example, there is a download here, Forum 1. You open it, and here's an example of it. Okay, here we go. Do you see it? Provide a response. Okay, you're going to provide a response. What you can do, how are you going to provide the response? Where it says post, add a comment, you're going to say add a comment, and you're going to say, okay, well, the answer to 1, this is an example. Okay, you say the answer is 1. For that one, the answer is 0.3, and so forth. Okay, and now you're going to post it. What I'm going to be able to see is your post and the date, and then you can go and edit your post and delete and repost it, whatever. And then I'm going to see it under here. Okay, you're going to have about 8 or 9 those kind of posts, and then you're going to see you know, when they're due, and in your handout, and make sure that you do not miss those posts, okay? Then you just exit, because I'm going to look at these things. The other thing is course resources. This is where you're going to see the websites and class notes and the syllabi and stuff like that. So when you click on it, when you open it, this is your full syllabi, and get a printout. And this pretty much tells you, for example, orientation is on the 15th. I want you to come to orientation. If you cannot do the orientation on your own, what is it to do an orientation on your own? You're supposed to go, and you're supposed to kind of read all this stuff and understand all this stuff, put all these dates in your calendar, and then you're going to print this out, and you will pencil it in, and you are going to scan and email this to me by August 15. If you do not, then you have to come in. Does that make sense? And you're supposed to do all these things and understand what they are, and be inside Alex so that I can see your name. If you're not inside Alex by August 15th, you're gone. You're going to be dropped, and you're going to go to the bottom of the list. Okay? Now, let's say, oh, you're just frazzled, you're out of the country, or whatever. Make sure that you are here by August 15th, because this is a popular class. I'm going to add other students that are petitioning on August 15th. So if you did not email me this, and you did not show up on August 15th, then you will be dropped. No negotiating in there. Okay? Now, the other thing I want you to fill out is the contract. So the contract and the orientation form have to be emailed to me August 15th for you to stay in the class. Let's say you cannot do all this, but you want to keep your space. Show up on August 15th. Okay? And then there will be other students that are going to be petitioning the class. So you have until August 20th to get in and start your work. Okay, does that make sense? So if you don't want to come in, finish everything by August 15. If you cannot finish everything by August 15, show up to keep your space, and then you start work. If you have some financial aid problems and stuff, I'm sorry, I cannot really accommodate that. Make sure you have the money to buy the thing and then be committed to the class. You have to iron all these problems out ahead of time, because we really do not have time to deal with those issues, including like your prerequisite problems and things like that. So make sure that all that is ironed out. Okay, so I gave you the code, I gave you this, and this is again a reiteration of what you need to do. Orientation task. Orientation task form and contract need to be sent to me, all right, before August 15th. So what do? You watch this video, sign up in Alex with a permanent code, okay? Not a temporary code. You're going to be nagged about it, and print out all the handouts, fill out the orientation task form and the contract, and send it to me, all right? Okay, now, you have to understand that you have to come in person to midterm. So I'm giving you 8 weeks notice when you watch this. Put this in, October 17, 4 to 6 p.m. It's a little early because I'm giving other midterms as well. So try to arrange your work schedule. Tell your boss that you have to be here at 4, okay? Your final, that's going to be December 12th at 4 as well. Here's the location. So make sure that you have those days open, and you are here to take your midterm and the final. As we go along, I will give you pointers about how to study for the midterm, how to study for the final. I'll be emailing you, so you know to do the discussion boards, you know to email me regularly. So please make sure that you do all the stuff so that you're not in a bind. Okay? So anyway. So email me, and my email address, I don't know if I gave this to you, iwhite@ibc.edu. It's in your handout in there. You also have my phone number. It's 451-5506. When you leave a voice message, it comes to me as an email, so I do check that as well. But the best way, since you have a written proof of what you're telling me, just email me. That's the best thing to do. Okay, well, I am so glad you joined my class, and I'll see you either at orientation or at the midterm.